What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're having a look at another UK proof coin set, and this time around it's a 1993 set. Let's get it open, and we're greeted by some paperwork as usual, but a bright yellow piece as well. And this tells us never to be struck, and it says about the fact that the 5, 10 pence and the 50 pence are all NIFCs in this set. Interesting that they feel the need to put this in. Quite like it. This set must have been bought later in the year perhaps, or even in 1994, I guess. As it says here at the bottom, only a limited number of the 1993 proof collections remain available, but you can still order the 1993 collection together with your 1994 version. Then we've got the usual specs for all the coins, and this booklet is really good for this set, so we're actually going to read the little bit on each coin when we get to each coin. The usual invitation to join the coin club as well, so we'll pop them off to the side and let's have a look at the coins. Of course it comes in this case which folds up like this. Let's see if we can slide it out though so we can get a better look. There we go. A success. So we've got the 8 coin set, penny, 2 pence, 5 pence, 10 pence, 20 pence, 50 pence, £1, and then a £5 coin as well. Let's have a look at the obverse. Interestingly, the £5 coin has this obverse and not the Raphael Macluf portrait. But the thing about the £5 coin is it does have the first Mary Gillick portrait, which is quite cool in the centre there. So that's very interesting, I think. So as that bit of yellow paper told us, the 5 pence, 10 pence and 50p are all NIFC, so they weren't circulated. The 1p, 2p, 20p and £1 coin were circulated in humongous numbers, so got either one way or the other here, not circulated or massively circulated. Let's pop it down and have a little read of some of this info. We'll start with the penny. So we've got, it says originally the badge of John Beaufort, great grandfather of Henry VII. The portcullis is today universally recognised as the insignia of the Houses of Parliament. The portcullis with chains, royally crowned, featured on the pre-decimal 3-penny piece and continues to appear today on the penny. There we go. Then we have the 2 pence. During the reign of the present Queen, Wales has been represented on coins of the United Kingdom, and for the decimal coins, the badge of the Prince of Wales was chosen for the 2 pence piece. First taken by the Black Prince, son of Edward III, when he defeated the King of Bohemia at the Battle of Crécy. This famous badge comprises 3 ostrich feathers infilling a coronet of crosses pâté and fleur-de-lis. Its accompanying motto, Hic Dien, translates as I serve. It just says that on the ribbon in there, Hic Dien. Then we've got the 5p. In response to criticism to the predominantly English designs, George VI authorised the issue of a Scottish shilling to circulate alongside its English counterpart. The Scottish shilling portrayed the royal crest of Scotland, and its issue was accompanied by the expressed hope that it would be accepted as a compliment to the Scottish ancestry of the present Queen Mother. This practice continued until decimalisation, when the successor to the shilling was given a new and distinctively Scottish design, the badge of Scotland, a thistle royally crowned, which we see there. Then we have the 10 pence. The lion has long been favoured in heraldry, symbolising both mobility and ferocity. It has been portrayed in many different postures, and on the 10 pence coin, as part of the royal crest of England, is shown passant gardant, royally crowned. In this posture, the lion is often referred to as a leopard. Now that's interesting because I've been confused in the past about whether it's lions or leopards, particularly on the Guernsey coat of arms. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more, I think. We've got the 20 pence. Following the defeat of Richard III, Henry Tudor acceded to the throne of England and brought an end to the War of the Roses. His subsequent marriage to Elizabeth of York secured the Tudor dynasty, and Henry took as his badge the double rose, uniting the red rose of the House of Lancaster and the white rose of the House of York. The Tudor rose in stylised form and royally crowned was chosen for the 20 pence coin. Then we have the 50p, we all know and love it. Personifying the spirit of the British nation, Britannia has graced United Kingdom coins for more than 3 centuries. The seated figure of Britannia was approved for the 50 pence at the time of decimalisation and features still on the coin of 1993. Of course, now Britannia appears on the definitive design for the £2 coin. Been a few years since we've seen it circulate, but technically still on our circulation coinage, of course. Then we've got the £1. This year, Britain's premier circulating coin recalls that of 1983, featuring the same finely detailed depiction of the Royal Arms. The first Royal Arms of England are attributed to Richard I, the Scottish Lion and Irish Harp being added by James VI of Scotland when he inherited the English throne. In their present form, they remain essentially those of Queen Victoria and represent Her Majesty's sovereignty over the whole of the United Kingdom. It says the milled edge bears the inscription Decus et Tutemen, an ornament and a safeguard. Of course, the pound minted in nickel brass, the penny and 2 pence copper plated steel, and then the others all cupra nickel. And onto the £5 coin, quite a bit of writing on this one, but I think it's quite interesting, so we'll read through it again. I know this is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I found it quite interesting when reading through it all myself. It says, for many years the crown has not been issued for circulation. Its large size, so attractive to collectors, made it inconvenient for daily use, and its unpopularity for this purpose was accompanied by a superstition that dubbed it as an unlucky coin. In Wales at the turn of the century, for instance, a Swansea shopkeeper threw a crown into the street rather than accept it as payment for goods. But the crown is still struck for commemorative purposes, and 9 have been struck during the reign of Her Majesty the Queen. The first celebrated her coronation in June 1953, and the latest, appropriately enough, marks the 40th anniversary of her coronation. Both obverse and reverse designs were created by Robert Elderton, a member of the Royal Mint engraving department, for more than 25 years. And it says, for the obverse impression, are effigy encircled by 8 mounted trumpeters, separated by swords and sceptres, and with the inscription Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina Fid Def, and the words £5. And for the reverse, St Edward's crown encircled by 40 trumpets, 8 of them longer than the others, all within the inscription Faith and truth I will bear unto you, and then the dates there. It's quite a nice £5 coin. Interesting that they still refer to it as the new crown, even though it says £5. Yeah, as it says down here as well, a little bit of additional. The remaining coins share the exquisite portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II by the sculptor Raphael Macluf, in accordance with the custom whereby successive monarchs face alternate ways. Her Majesty the Queen faces right. The inscription includes the Latin abbreviations, which mean by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. reverses. Each reverse design reflects in part the history of Britain. The £1 coin is by Eric Sewell, the 20p by William Gardner, and the remainder, the 5 original decimal coins, are by Christopher Ironside. So yeah, bit of a long read that, but I think there's some interesting info in there. Certainly worth a read anyway. The mintage figure on this proof set, I think it's 66,080, and you can pick this up usually for around 15 to 20 pounds. At the moment though, you're looking at the higher end of that. There doesn't seem to be too many floating around on the market. But a great pickup, I think. 3 NIFC coins, and then the £5 as well, which of course doesn't circulate either. So yeah, not a bad little set. Let me know what you think. Drop us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more coiny goodness. Take care, all the best.